I would like to welcome everybody to the nation. It's time to get a little bit awkward, so let's get started. We're jumping into the first impressions of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare's multiplayer with a Defender game with, if I could speak, with a free-for-all on the Defender map, okay? So what we're going to go ahead and break it down with is I'm going to start off with a gripe. What you'll see here in a second is my first gripe and annoyance with the game is that when someone speaks, their name pops up in a sizable font on the middle of the screen. It then takes a decent number of clicks to actually mute everybody, but again, it's just a minor annoyance, nothing that breaks the game. But let's jump right into it. We're going to start off first off with the visuals. So as you can see, this has a visual style very similar to that of Black Ops. Now I apologize that my aim is ass, but we get a little bit better as the game goes on, alright? But it does look very similar to Black Ops and Black Ops 2, and the game runs buttery smooth. I haven't had any hiccups, any frame rate drops in the way of multiplayer. In terms of Exo Survival and Campaign, I do not have very much time with them, so I'll speak on them in the review, which will be coming. But the game does look good. On my PlayStation 4, it is hard to say this is not a good-looking game. The game is good looking. I mean, you can see from on screen, even when you use the EXO and they blur the use motion blur to kind of create that feeling of speed, it still maintains a decent amount of fidelity. Not the best, but far from the worst. Now let's move on to the EXO, because that's kind of the biggest change to Call of Duty, how it's played, and the most important thing I think we need to focus on when it comes to the game. What does it do? First and foremost, it enhances your movement. As somebody who is a rusher to the core, as you can see in the gameplay, I'm always moving, always looking. You're constantly zipping left and right. You can go back and forth. You can jump up and down. It forces you and creates constant movement. Regardless of what you're doing, you can always cross the maps far quicker, which is where I have to comment on map design. You can cross most maps in a matter of 30 seconds or less if you know how to use your EXO. It's a matter of dashing, keeping that constant momentum going forward, and I have to give them that credit. They did a great job in creating these maps to fix the addition of the EXO. And my man just went down, but I got put in the grave shortly after him. Now, obviously, there's going to be comparisons to movement, and the movement is closest to Titanfall, okay? Now, why do I not like to necessarily mention Titanfall in that respect? Because this and Titanfall have two different paces to them, and the movements function very differently. The movements in Titanfall are far more fluid, I'd say, where it's an all-encompassing body movement, whereas here in Call of Duty, you're using quick bursts for very precise control. So you'll see me going forward, back, zipping left, right very quickly, and moving in this format because it's meant to be close warfare, close range, and it's really meant to force or add another layer of speed to an already kicked game, which is Call of Duty. And as a person that loves Call of Duty for that reason, I've been more than happy with the game. Now keep in mind, this is 2 days in, and I just clean up both of them. Give me that double. Give me that. Now we taking the lead. We doing all good. Now I'm gonna mess up here in a little bit. I got a little bit of stage fright. Started getting worried. Was about to drop. Now I don't know why I didn't turn around, but y'all see. I put in work. Again, I'm constantly moving forward. But let's talk about the guns. Y'all will currently see me here using a submachine gun. That's what I primarily use in any shooting game, regardless. Very rarely will I switch over to an assault rifle, but in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, the assault rifle is king. The way the maps are designed, they have very long lines of sight, which force SMG players like myself to be very good with the EXO. You have to be able to cut distances using your EXO if you play with an SMG. You are not going to get the mid-range fights that you want, mid to close range fights that you usually want out of an SMG. And there are very few maps that really will put you in a confined enough space to where you can put in a lot of work if you're not good at moving and aiming. That brings me up to you need to play on a fairly decent sensitivity or be very good with quick, precise movement. The Exos change the game in that respect, where you can lose sight of your opponent very quickly if you aren't keeping track of what's going on. I believe you might see it a couple times in this gameplay, but I slip out of the view of a few people just by zipping left and right, going up and down. That's my own fault. I shouldn't have tried to use the turret. But luckily my turret's already set up, and we get right back to it. Now I want to say, online-wise, connection-wise, I haven't had any problems. I have not had any real glitches. I think I had one lobby where my game froze, and I had to restart. But besides that, it has been all good. So happy with the experience. My favorite game type currently is Momentum, which y'all will definitely get some gameplay of. I don't know what I was doing with that turret. I was missing everywhere, shooting everything but the broad side of the barn. But what y'all get, Momentum is a game type that it's my game type in the sense that you are rushing constantly in that map. It is very similar to the game mode on Team Fortress 2, which is where I can remember it from, where there are 5 flags and you're pushing back and forth to capture all the flags by holding the point for a certain amount of time. It's a very fun mode that, did I just break my ankles? But it's a very fun mode that I would tell people to try out, especially if you like Call of Duty 4, if you want a fast-paced experience. Y'all will definitely get some gameplay. I actually have one coming up. And then I also like Uplink. The 2 new game modes, they really do fit the exosuits, and they really do play well. They play with a lot. They're a lot of fun, and I find myself enjoying them. Some of them work better with teams than others, but again, you can carry some people, especially with Uplink, if you know how to run that ball like I do. From here, we're going to go ahead and talk about, I guess I should talk about, they have a classic mode, which is without the Exo. The maps feel far bigger in size. I don't know where I was going. That was an entire clip, and you hit like the last 3 bullets. I'm going to need you to clean. Oh, damn. I slid all the way down. What? But you see me. Again, I don't let things go. I'm going right back to him. If I get dropped, that's my own fault. Notice, I'm constantly jumping. I'm constantly moving. Because to me, the Exo gives you a chance to get the perfect perspective. It makes you a target, but you can just make decisions a lot quicker, in my opinion, using the Exo. I'm always off to a little bit to the right. Now, if anybody has any tips on aim, I would appreciate them. But again, I can hold my own fairly well. I have around a 1.0 KD. So again, I'm not too bad, but I am always looking for tips from those that can give them. But all in all, what I say, Call of Duty is worth the purchase. If you're looking for a fast-paced multiplayer that is fun and addictive, then I would say yes, go ahead and take a look at this game. I'm not going to tell you to buy it. I will have a review out of the full game this weekend where I'll be able to really give you a solid decision. Now notice, the guy I'm fighting against has completely lost sight of me. Basically, from constant movement, he couldn't even really keep a good lock on me. And I'm just moving here. I'm trying to close out this game. It's so close. So just wait for the review coming this weekend. If you would like to see more gameplay and live comms, I will be uploading my Twitch streams. Over on Twitch and Hitbox, I'm actually doing a giveaway. If I hit 150 followers on either site, Twitch or Hitbox, well, 200 on Twitch, excuse me, 150 on Hitbox, then I will do a giveaway of a game of a person's choice. So you basically tell me what game you want, I'll buy it and send it to you. Now, here's the thing, we have to be careful. If you live outside of the United States, I'm going to request that you have a PayPal, because with a PayPal, I will then be able to send you the money or send you the price, cost for the price of the game. Just because there tend to be problems in terms of buying things across countries nowadays due to them protecting us from fraud. This gameplay is almost over, so I'll give y'all a little bit of commentary on what's going on. I got pieced up right there. My man stuck my knife, and my dude just started flying. Thought he was Michael Jordan from Space Jam, but we jumping right back into it. Game's really close. I get mad at this point because this dude tied up the game, and I clearly make it my point to go and kill this dude. And he ain't looking in the right direction. I got that Kingslayer. Call me Jamie Lannister if you want to. I am a beast. That's all I must say. All right? Pick up another kill, and we just about got it closed out. We need one more kill, and the game ends here. Thank you for tuning into the video. I hope you enjoyed everything. Covered everything I wanted to do. Definitely check me back this weekend for reviews. Check back for daily videos, let's plays, as well as gaming news and commentaries. And follow me over on Hitbox and or Twitch. Links are all down in the description. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed yourself. This has been 12 Prodigy on Nation Awkward. Until next time, it was good talking to y'all. Peace.